Go.
Hello, my people. It's your Negro with aptitude and host of the Blackboard, Mickey Lee. How y'all doing? Happy Monday, or as we like to say on this channel, Happy Money Monday. Money Mondays is our series where we celebrate Black and African entrepreneurs. We also discuss real estate, finance, entrepreneurs, business owners, all things related to getting that bag. This week, it is my great pleasure to introduce you to a great resource. Not only is this person a fellow YouTuber, but she has a wonderful website that is devoted to helping you find money for your business. The website I'm talking about is She-Boss Talk, and the website is located at shebosstalk.com. The host is Shante Roddy, and as always, I'm going to leave contact information in the description box. Let's take a look at this wonderful website and all of the various resources it provides. From the description on the She-Boss website, you will see that it's called a broadcast media company, and it's designed to help small business owners, in particular female entrepreneurs, grow and build their capacity. So the information on the website is all about funds related to doing just that. One of the great key resources is under the tab Relief Funds and Grants Tracker. If you click on Relief Funds and Grants Tracker, you will come up with Small Business Relief Tracker, Funding, Grants, and Resources. On this area, She-Boss Talks has placed a variety of different grants that are currently available or upcoming. It also features a number of testimonials from small business owners across the country that have utilized either the information or the tools provided by Shante Roddy, again, the host of the YouTube channel, as well as the owner of the website. And Shante Roddy has put together all of these different types of grants that are coming up. She also has for sale the winning grant application cheat sheet and checklist, which helps you prepare to be ready for the most basic questions and the most commonly asked questions, I should say, on grants and how to answer them in such a way that you have a better chance of getting that grant. So that includes things like how to tell your story and what documents grants often ask for. Now, each grant is different. However, they do often ask for the same type of documentation. And so that winning grant application cheat sheet and checklist is available for sale. It's an ebook and it's available for sale. It's about $47. I'm going to be getting that myself, probably by tomorrow when I sit down to do some certain business purchases. So that's available. But she also has for free a long list of grants that are either coming or are currently available now. So if you keep scrolling down, you will see past the federal relief. Here she's describing the economic injury disaster advance loan, which, if you didn't know, the advance, ended back in July, I think it was. They ran out of money for the advance. But the EIDL loan portion, that's the actual loan portion that would have to be paid back over a certain number of years, that's still available. If you did not receive your loan, you can still apply for that. And she has a lot of information on her website about how you can do that. In addition, if you did apply for the loan but was turned down, you can be reconsidered. Now, that is a lengthy process. I'm going through it myself right now. And I have to say it is a little bit of a headache because, I've already submitted things in the early rounds, and I initially was approved for a quite sizable loan, but I didn't want to take the loan when it looked like my business might be able to reopen and stay reopened. So I didn't want to take the loan, even though I think the SBA loan is like 1 to 3%, something like that. So they laid the offer on the table for about 90 days. And even though I kept asking, is there a time frame? Is there a time deadline for me to respond? And none of the 5 or 6 different SBA representatives could give me an answer. I found out the hard way. So when 90 days passed, they automatically sent me a letter saying they were sorry, but since I hadn't responded, they were rescinding the offer. I immediately then followed the directions for reconsideration, and that was back at the end of July. We're now in the middle of November, and they just now have asked me to resubmit some documentation, and lo and behold, of course, it's more documentation than was required with the initial loan. So like I say, it can be a bit of a headache, but if you can get this, I think the rate, the payback percentage rate, the loan percentage rate is only somewhere between 1% and 3%, and you have something like 5 years to pay it back. So whatever it is that they give you, I suggest you go for it. Not only because that percentage rate is extremely low, but also as the country changes and all of this kind of stuff, there really is a high chance that you won't be paying it back anyway. There's other news that she's talking about related to the economic injury disaster loan, and that is the fact that initially the SBA was supposed to automatically give a $10,000 loan to just about every single business that applied. Well, they wound up giving sizable loans to bigger businesses, but pretty much left the solopreneurs, and sole proprietors and small businesses with, 10 employees and less, or under 50 employees. They pretty much left us out to dry. And so there is a lot of activism going on now around forcing the SBA to release all of those funds that they should have given to us in the first place. So again, if you have not yet applied for an EIDL loan, now it's the loan portion that I'm talking about, not the advance. People who jumped on it from the beginning were also able to get a $1,000 advance, but that expired in July. However, the loan portion is still funded. If you haven't yet applied, you can still apply. You can follow information here on the She Boss Talks website to get a really good grounding and understanding of the types of questions they're going to ask you and the types of documentation that you need. And then I suggest that you either go to the SBA directly or you go to the loan through a fintech, an online financial services organization that, like in my case, it was Blue Vine that I used, but there's many others out there. Cabbage is one. And I tried initially to apply through Chase and PayPal, with whom I had had multi-year relationships. And because I'm a solopreneur and, bring in under 50 grand right now, they just blew me off. They didn't even help me. But Cabbage, Blue Vine, and the fintechs were the ones that responded immediately. And not only was I able to get the EIDL advance, I was able to get a small PPP loan as well. Now, the PPP loan is that funding has expired for right now. That was supposed to be rekindled during the second stimulus package. But as we can see, both sides, Republicans, Democrats, and anybody up the middle, but those two in particular, have dangled that carrot in front of us basically so that they could get our votes, and nothing else has happened. And if you, for those of you who, voted for Biden and Harris, well, you need to start paying close attention to what they're talking about, because they haven't mentioned anything about any stimulus package. That's not what they are considering at all in their first 100 days. So far, what I've heard is that they will be giving citizenship to some 22 to 30 million illegals. And, they're going to say 11 to 12 million, but all the data shows that it's somewhere between 22 and 30 million. They will also be dismantling a lot of border protection. They will also be trying to implement the vaccine as quickly as possible. And I've talked about that in other broadcasts. You won't be able to go anywhere or do anything without that vaccine. So my suggestion to you is that you start storing up food, getting your household in order. And I also suggest that you don't take the vaccine, but I'm going to do a full show on that one, hopefully this week, outlining my reasons for not taking it. In the meantime, back to She Boss Talk. So, as you can see, she has information about the EIDL loan. She has information about the PPP loan. You can still click on there and see if there is funds available. My understanding is that they weren't available, but as she says on here, check with your bank first to see if they're approved lender. Blue Vine, which is the one I went through, is an approved lender, still accepting applications. Oh, here's another tip. I also went through Fundera. That was the main website that I went through. Fundera. F as in Frank, U as in umbrella, N as in Nancy, D as in David, E as in Edward, R as in Robert, A as in Apple. Fundera. And what they are is a website that kind of hosts a bunch of different fintechs. So you fill out one application that is distributed to a bunch of fintechs, and then the fintechs that feel like they can fund you will get in contact with you, and you go from there. Okay, so the PPP, as a reminder, is the Paycheck Protection Program. And I was thinking that the funding had dried up, but she seems to indicate that it still may be there. Also, if you are in a state that offers unemployment, the pandemic unemployment assistance may benefit you. It may or may not still have money available. You should check it out. All right, now I told you that I was scrolling on this because this is a grant tracker. So right now on this portion of the page, she is giving you various tips that you should look at in order to have the best chance of securing different grants rather. So she says, first, check your city, county, and state, and take time to research your local geographic area for grants and other funding opportunities with government agencies, associations, companies, nonprofits, and foundations. And then she gives a description of different types, including your local chamber of commerce, city, community development, etc. Set up Google alerts for specific grants in your local area. Type in Google Alert and it will give you a step-by-step process on how to do that. So that's something I'm going to do as well. Local grant programs may also include help with rent, mortgage, etc. And I say, even if you have enough money for your rent, if you have enough money for your mortgage, utilities, etc., go ahead and try to get that bag. Listen, they owe us reparations, and I don't see us getting it as a group of people. as somebody I talked to earlier said today, well, if they do give us reparation, the next day they'll crash the dollar. And I'm absolutely sure of that. So what we can do instead is create our own mini reparations by getting, free money as far as, every time we can from the government. So even if you have money for rent, mortgage, utilities, etc., go ahead and check and see if local grant programs exist that you may qualify for and get that bag anyway. All right. Then here are some more descriptions. So now what she does is she lists them by state to the degree possible. So here in Alabama, there's a Revive Alabama grant to support small businesses in Alabama. I went to Birmingham, Alabama last year, and I just loved it. And there was a small business. I considered for a moment moving down there to Birmingham, Alabama, because I just loved it so much. And there was a small business I didn't see around there that I thought would do extremely well. I'm not thinking of moving to Alabama right this moment, but it's good to know there's funding available. And so there's some from the state, there's some from the city of Birmingham, then it goes through Arkansas, Arizona, Atlanta City Council, Greater Atlanta area. In California, where I'm located, there's stuff in the LA area, Colorado, so forth and so on. So take some time to come on this website and really, spend some time looking around, taking notes and perusing all of the information that she has. So after she goes through the various states and so forth, then as you scroll all the way down, you will find that she's listing various private and nonprofits that are also offering funding opportunities or have in the past, in the recent past. So, for example, Amazon announced a $5 million neighborhood small business relief fund to provide cash grants to local Seattle small businesses. American Express provides a coalition to back Black businesses grant program with a $10 million commitment. Anastasia Beverly Hills is a beauty company that announced its Black-owned business grants up to $50,000. Bacardi, Barefoot Wine, Beyonce's Baygood Foundation has partnered with the NAACP to launch the Black-owned Small Business Impact Fund. Grants in the amount of $10,000 are offered to Black-owned small businesses in select cities. All right, so you'd have to look that up and find out if you're in the area. Black Girl Ventures, okay, Boss Women Media Home Hustlers 4-week business building workshop and pitch competition. And so she has information not only about grants, which again, remember, grant money does not have to be paid back. It does have to be spent based on whatever the stipulations are within the grant. You have to spend it on your business in the way stipulated by the grant, but it is not money that has to be paid back unless, of course, you're cheating. You don't really have a business, or you decide to buy burqa bags instead of spending it on your business that is not related to burqa bags at all. Okay, and that's the difference between a grant and a loan. A loan has to be paid back. There's usually an interest rate. But a grant does not have to be. Caress is another one, $1 million investment over the next 2 years to support women of color entrepreneurs. And that's through a partnership with I Fund Women of Color. Okay, so there is a I Fund Women group. And so this one is Women of Color. All right, so as you can see, there's a lot of information just on this one page alone. All different types of all different types of grant opportunities that you can pursue money for your business to either start it, grow it, expand it, recover it if it has gone down as a result of the COVID situation. All right, let's check out a little bit more, some other areas of the website. And as you can see, like I said, this is just this one page alone, which taking you back up to the top, that page is the relief funds and grant tracker area. All right. And then you can also check out the winning grant checklist. Now, the winning grant checklist is a page on which, let me see. The winning grant checklist is shows you various grant testimonials. So people who, got grants, and particularly as a result of either watching Shantae's YouTube channel or coming across her website from one platform or another. And let's check out a couple of other pages. She has a very useful blog, which we'll check out in a moment. The She Boss Up Relief Fund actually is a fund sponsored by She Boss Talks, okay? And I think they do that a couple of times a year. So let's just take a quick look at it. Yes, and so it's help us fund more women in business. Women business owners share their stories, okay? And you can go on here to check out the stories of some of the ladies who have won funding from She Boss Talks, all right? So, and let's take look at one more page, and that will be the blog page. Okay, so on the blog page, there's a variety of articles that you may find useful. Let's make sure it's going to turn over there. Okay, here we go. And also, you have the opportunity to share your own expertise, and you can contribute your voice to their blog. So if you are a blogger, you can submit your blog here. And you can also reach out to them about becoming a guest on their show. So they have how to pitch for free money for your small business, grant winners, all about the recent election, marketing your small business, so forth and so on. And as you can see, the primary audience is Black women. As you already know, I bet, Black women, ADOS women, primarily ADOS FBA women, are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the nation, but we are the least capitalized. So She Boss Talk is, the mission of She Boss Talk is to turn that around. You can also visit the She Shop, and the She Shop is all kinds of products, apparel, homeware, accessories, etc. I'm already signed up on the email list. So she makes boss moves, a pillow, and t-shirts, and gym wear, and all kinds of stuff. Even your face masks, since you got to be stuck wearing them for quite some time. You might as well have something that, slays like you do. All right. So, as I said, my people, if you are a female entrepreneur or you know a female entrepreneur, especially a Black one, be sure to check out and share She Boss Talks. She Boss Talks. Let me get you back to the home page. Okay. She Boss Talks and the She Boss Talks YouTube channel. I'm going to make sure to leave the contact information in the description box. I urge you guys to check it out and share this information because it is really vital, especially for our community. I don't know if you know this, but even right now today, the largest two employers of Black people as a collective, are either the government or Walmart. So that means you either can be hired at the government, which, definitely will, in most cases, result in your being in a solid middle class income. Or your other alternative is Walmart, where you are largely scraping by if you are not in management. And my understanding is even management doesn't pay that much. So it's really imperative that all of us have our side hustle on. even if we are gainfully employed. So check out She Boss Talk and make sure to hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment and let me know if you like this kind of content on Money Mondays. Also share this show, share this presentation, like, share, and subscribe. I look forward to talking with you again on Wednesdays for Waste Not Wednesdays, and we've got a great guest this weekend. We've got Farmer Brown, the MC. And if you don't know who Farmer Brown, the MC, is, you've got to check out Waste Not Wednesdays. Remember, it airs around 7 o'clock in the 7 o'clock hour, Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday. All right, this is your Negro with Aptitude and host of the Blackboard, Mickey Lee, signing off.